Hey everyone, how's it going? Daryl here. So I recently made a video where I ran lighting for some of my old bandmates in their new band, and they all asked me, did I enjoy DJing? Didn't I miss playing in a band? Wasn't playing in a band more fun? So that inspired me to make this video today, and I'm just going to share my experiences. I've been fortunate enough to play professionally in a band and DJ, so let's dive right in. And so for me, I love performing. I think performing is so much fun. You get to synergize with a group of other people, and it's just a huge dopamine hit. I love performing. I am going to talk about some of the things I miss about playing in a band versus some of the things I love about DJing. So my last band, I played with them for about 5.5 years. We mostly started doing original music, but we got more and more demand to play like cover songs, and so we did a lot more cover gigs until that was like our sole focus. And then I've been DJing professionally for about 5.5 years as well, with a little bit of overlap between the two. So when I think about things I miss about playing in a band, the first thing that comes to mind is when you practice with a group of people, when you show up to rehearsal, you get like really close with each other. They become some of your best friends. And when you show up to a gig with a group of your best friends, that's a huge morale boost. So I definitely miss that. I remember the first time I DJ'd by myself, I just showed up to a gig with my equipment. I looked around the room and I'm like, it's just me to entertain these people. You know, that was a really daunting thing. And another thing is, as a DJ, you get to vibe with your audience, same as the band, but a band has like a bonus dynamic. You get to vibe with each other, and that helps build energies. Sometimes when the energy is dead, you guys can just be like nodding your head, looking at each other, and that just adds a lot of energy to the room. And other people start picking up. You know, you don't have to go on the dance floor and start reeling in grandma. And there's just something inherently awesome about live music. It just adds energy to the room. I think that's why you see a lot of DJs nowadays are adding musicians to their performances, because just having live music is just something really cool about that. And as DJs, we're always looking for remixes so we can put a fresh spin on classic favorites. But as a band, when you play a song, that inherently makes it an original, unique take on a song, because you're using different instruments, you have a different vocalist. So every song that you play is inherently unique, and that's a pretty cool dynamic. And you have the perfect excuse as a band not to play certain requests. All you have to say is, oh, our band doesn't know that song. And then people will be like, oh, okay, that's reasonable. And people have a harder time when a DJ says that they don't have this song, which, you know, it happens, especially if you're trying to get your music legally. But people just don't understand, because they're like, I have that song right here on my phone. Hook up my phone to your sound system. But if you do play in a band, be prepared that some guy, 2 drinks in, the middle of your set is going to shout, "Freebird!" But nobody actually wants to hear Freebird. No, I didn't know much about DJing before I became one. An opportunity just kind of fell in my lap, and I instantly fell in love. So I know that there's probably other musicians that were like me and just didn't know that how fun DJing can be. And I eventually liked performing as a DJ more than playing in a band. And it's not that I don't enjoy playing guitar or playing in a band, it's just that there's just some awesome things about being a DJ. As a DJ, you have more control of the energy in the room. You can be more spontaneous and creative with the music you play. A band that's a little bit more rigid. It's more difficult to add new songs to the band's repertoire. It takes more effort, energy, and rehearsal for bands to add new songs to their repertoire. And DJs, we just have to find the song and download it, and we can instantly use it. And in a band, it's harder to reorder the songs in your song list, because you have to coordinate those changes with your other bandmates. But as a DJ, you can just read the room, you can see what is working, and you can easily change up the songs in the order you play them. And in a band, once you commit to a song, you basically have to play it to its completion, even if it clears the dance floor. I mean, I've had moments like that, and I felt like I was playing to the crowd on the Titanic, just a sinking ship, and it's some of the longest minutes of my life. But as a DJ, you can see that people aren't responding well to that song. You can quickly transition to another song, and you can keep the energy fresh on the dance floor. And as a DJ, it's a lot of fun to do cool transitions and routines and see people lose their minds. And it's easier to sound good as a DJ. There's just less moving parts than being in a band, and it just makes the whole performance less stressful, in my opinion. You don't have to mix a bunch of musical instruments. The guitarist is not gonna turn up his volume mid-performance. Guilty. You don't have to worry about monitors and people getting out of sync because they can't hear themselves. Instruments can go out of tune, strings can break, etc, etc. So I'm not saying that DJs can't sound bad and that bands can't sound good, it's just easier. The last thing I want to talk about is that I've generally made more money performing as a DJ than being in a band. And I know this is about like the enjoyability of the performance and not so much about running a business, but I feel like when you get paid better as a performer, it makes everything a little bit more enjoyable, because I think just doing something because it's fun and you enjoy it is something worthwhile. But if you are also earning money to fund other parts of your life, if you're working towards a goal, I just think it makes it more satisfying. And I didn't make this video to make the case that being a DJ is better than being in a band or vice versa, because honestly, I've enjoyed both. I really like performing in both scenarios, and I just wanted to share some of my experiences, and your experience may be different. And I know that there's a lot of people that were like me, being in bands and musicians, who had never really knew what a DJ did. In their mind, they just pictured a DJ just pressing play on a Spotify playlist, sitting back in their chair and like looking at their phone. And you know, to be fair, that does exist out there in the world of DJing, but I think the more you put into a DJ performance, the more fun you have. So it's like you get what you put into it. And I consider myself lucky that I've been able to sample the best of both worlds. And the band asked if I would ever join a band again. And you know, I think performing other people's music in the capacity of a DJ or a band is about the same amount of fulfillment for me. I think probably the most enjoyable performing experiences I've had was playing original music in a band, seeing people dance and enjoy music that I wrote. It's just a really surreal feeling, and that has probably been one of the most enjoyable experiences I've had as a musician and a performer. So I know a lot of you have had experience like DJing and being in a band. What's your experience been? Which one did you like better? Let me know down in the comments below. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please smash like and subscribe. We are trying to get this channel to 2,000 subs, and I'll see you in the next video.